Well, welcome back to our next segment. This one is going to be on one flesh. There's a scripture that I really enjoy that's in Proverbs 30:19, and the writer's saying, "The way of a man with a young woman, is it too wonderful for him, and he just can't understand it." And then later, we read in Proverbs about the 31 woman. She is far more priceless than jewels. Which brings us to this part. Is a wonderful passage that is great for men and women to understand when they go into their marriage. "Therefore shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they shall be one flesh." When you're becoming one flesh, it's not just the intimacy part of marriage. It's marriage. It's the man leaving his family, the woman leaving her family, and they become their own family. How was it when you left your family to become our family, one flesh? Was that traumatic?
Not really. I mean, we knew each other, we had dated and all that, but it was just a natural to me feeling. I mean, it was a little hard, to leave, I guess, that childhood, you're leaving your parents and what you know. And then, but it was such an exciting time. It was something I was looking forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the really neat thing. When a lot of people look at this verse, they look at it and say, "Wait a minute, you're leaving your father and mother," and they concentrate on the leaving part.
Right.
And they forget about whenever you're growing up, like Susan said, you're going to miss a lot of the times when you remember your family, maybe going on vacations or playing in the yard or just playing games, and you'll miss those times. But it's not supposed to be traumatic. This is not a forsaking all things to become one flesh. It's bringing all of those experiences into one part of, I have all of my experiences from growing up and learning and friendships and family, and Susan has all of hers, and we bring that all together, and it's a whole new thing that includes family. It includes our parents.
Right.
I'll never forget some of the guys that I have that are, they had daughters that were getting married also, and they said, aren't you scared of, just giving your daughter to anybody? And I was like, no, I actually love this guy. I trust him, and I don't mind. As a matter of fact, I'm endorsing this. And the same with my son. I was like, I get to gain another daughter into our family. So although they have become one flesh and they have their own family, and they'll continue to grow and everything, they didn't forsake us and turn us aside. We still have the relationship, and we still have the part of honor your mother and father.
Right.
And although we've lost parents, we still honor them, and we include them even in the conversations of our children, our grandchildren, and perhaps maybe one day our great-grandchildren. We'll include that as a heritage of faith. So when Scripture says, "Therefore a man shall leave his father and mother and shall cleave to his wife," part of that cleaving is, my first priority, of course, is for God, but my first priority in relationship is this wonderful woman right here. Is I'm going to turn to her for all of my support and encouragement and love and compassion before I turn to my parents, who endorsed our marriage, who encouraged us, and who helped us thrive whenever we wanted to seek wise counsel. Who's the first person you call? Well, I'm going to call my mom and dad. And that's part of the wonderfulness of becoming one flesh. You begin your own legacy of faith. You don't forsake them, but yet you cleave to your spouse. And that's why a lot of times when I get to the passage when the writer is saying the way that a young man and a woman have together, it's so incredible to explain. I just don't understand it. And part of that is to never lose the adventure and the mystery of getting to know your spouse. There's always going to be something wonderful to learn. And even after 30 plus years of marriage, we still enjoy the fact that we're enjoying an adventure and a mysterious adventure as it unfolds before us, because we left our families. No, we didn't forsake them, we left them, and we cleave to one another to enjoy the journey that God has in store for us. So we encourage you to do that as you look at what does it mean for you and your spouse to live as one flesh, is to really embrace that and enjoy the moments that you can spend together. We don't have a snack with us today, but right out the door, this is a new facility that we'll have our 225 office in, and just within walking distance is a great place for maybe some danishes and some coffee and tea, but desserts. So we're looking forward to that. Hey, thanks for joining us in this session. Next week, we're going to look at the passage that actually brought up our ministry, and it's called Not Ashamed. And that's where we get Genesis 2:25 from. God bless you. Have a great evening. Thanks for joining us.